Hi guys, my name is Joy Corley. I am a senior here at WashU. I'll be graduating May 2019. I am in the Arts and Sciences School, and my primary major is Women, Gender, and Sexuality Studies.
So I'm Brian Okello, a senior here at WashU, majoring in anthropology with a focus in global health and environment, and also doing a certificate in geographic information systems.
I'm Brandon Davis. I'm a senior at WashU, majoring in cognitive neuroscience, which is a department of psychology kind of subdiscipline.
So my name is Tyler James. I'm currently a senior here at WashU, majoring in economics and strategy and minoring in Chinese language and culture.
My name is Paul Lackman. I'm a senior in the School of Arts and Sciences here at Washington University. I am an international and area studies major, along with a finance second major and a Spanish minor.
Hi, my name is Lali Bonaventura. I'm a senior in the Olin Business School, majoring in economics and strategy.
My name is Charlene Moss. I'm a junior at Washington University, Olin Business School. My major is finance, but I also have two minors, legal studies and the business of social impact.
This was a program where not only would I find a lot of people that look like me and have similar experiences, but also people who I could just learn and grow a lot around.
Particularly at Olin, I think people only know about investment banking and consulting, and there's really nothing that you're exposed to otherwise, maybe some marketing as well. And I really wanted to see what else is out there and figure out, is investment banking or consulting really for me, or is there something else that I should be looking into?
Yeah, for me, my family is not really involved in business, and I didn't really have a lot of business connections that a lot of kids at WashU are very fortunate to have. So for myself, I was just really looking for ways to kind of get an edge or kind of get my foot in the door.
Before, my interest in health professions was really just I thought it was always what I was supposed to do. Everyone's oh, I just want to be a doctor. I didn't really know why I wanted to be one. And even though I'm not pre-med now, the stuff I learned that summer about social justice and global health and health equity and also public health really has funneled into my choices of what I want to do in my future.
The biggest takeaway that I got from the program, aside from the professional development, was kind of feeling confident and enabled in my ability as a minority scientist, because you're put essentially in a big house with a bunch of other scientists who were selected for the program. And it makes you feel like a family, like you are not the only one who's going through these experiences as a minority scientist, and you're given that strength to push forward through your scientific career.
And I really enjoyed the program because it really opened my eyes to things outside of just investment banking and consulting. And I think, again, if I didn't have MLT, I wouldn't have even known about different strategy programs or sort of professional development programs or rotational programs that these really awesome companies have.
I really liked also that the conversations were focused a lot more on women challenges and less on what their business actually does. While it was important and they did talk about what Goldman Sachs does in their many units, it was nice to also hear women's story, women testimonies about challenges in the workplace or how they've overcome challenges with shifting the corporate culture.
Bridge to Consulting at BCG was really great because I was able to kind of try out some of my consulting skills in more of a collaborative and open space. Doing the 2-day workshop, we actually did a 2 or 4 hour case workshop in smaller teams with students from all of the different schools across the US, which I thought was really great. I think WashU gave me a really great basis for working in groups, working in teams, and being really collaborative, and I was able to really, see that I was able to do that sort of thing in a consulting space.
I want to go to nursing school to be a certified nurse midwife. And a lot of people have questioned that choice just because they ask, why don't I want to be a doctor or be an OB? But the reasons honestly come from everything I learned throughout this program. And if I hadn't have gone to this program, I might have still been pre-med. I might have abandoned a health profession altogether.
And I think that's been really awesome for me, just to have that sort of community aspect of we're all in this together, we all have similar ambitions to create more diversity and inclusiveness in business, and just people who have the same ambitions as you is really inspiring.
So this program allowed me to envision my future career in finance and be comfortable with the fact that there are so many successful queer people in finance that are doing incredible things, and just being able to meet them and talk to them and learn that they're people who had the same experiences as me throughout high school, throughout college, and had similar career visions as I do.
I actually got a lot of mentors through the program I was doing. During the externship, which was the end of my sophomore summer, that week-long program that I did, I was paired with a buddy in the office who was a second-year associate who had also done the externship a few years ago. So she was also like a Hispanic woman like myself. She had big curly hair like I do. I definitely saw myself a lot in her, and that representation was really wonderful. It allowed me to really understand that I could totally become her in a couple of years, and I'm on my way there because I'm already here in the office. And that made me feel really, really good.
So yeah, talk to upperclassmen too, because I got a lot of the advice in applying for this program from talking to upperclassmen. These are a lot of people at the school who have just gone through these processes just like you have. So definitely take advantage of them.
Another piece of advice that I have for WashU students thinking to apply to identity-based programs would be to really rethink the concept of an identity-based program. I know it's very easy to cast away those opportunities and write off the companies as needing to fill quotas for diversity. But even if it's true, it's a great way for you to meet like-minded people in an industry that you're really passionate about.
Yeah, I definitely think it's important to reach out to people who have done the program in the past. There's myself, there's a couple other students on our campus who have interviewed, and I really think it's important just to kind of get a little understanding of what the program is like, what they're looking for.
I would say to WashU students that they should always apply. I tried to talk myself out of applying to so many programs my first year in college, and I'm realizing now that it actually did me a lot of good to apply to all these programs because I now have a lot of insight about firm culture, I have insight about what the careers look like on the day-to-day, and I have insight about the people that work in these fields and what they do after they leave, also what they do before they get there.
So I use the Writing Center for my essays for the Stanford Amgen Scholars Program. They really helped me polish them and make sure that my essays came out very clear and very concise. Especially because scientists can get very bogged down in different jargon and different terminology, whereas if I go to someone in the Writing Center, they're able to help me take a step back and take a macro look about what my science means and why it's important in the first place.
And I think my main advice for students applying would definitely be to use as many resources at WashU as possible. So whether that's going to the Writing Center to figure out how you can best talk about yourself in a written form, going to the Career Center to get your resume reviewed, and then also just like doing mock interviews with your friends or in the Career Center, just because the interview structure is a little bit different. I would definitely recommend that.
I think that when I was a sophomore, I used the Career Center for my resume, and I still have the same exact resume today. Got a job, so it worked really well. And then I use the Career Center for mock interviews.
It's definitely important to just, know your story, know who you are, know why you're at WashU, know what you're studying, and why those things are important to you. Your involvements on campus are super important, and especially as a sophomore applying to some of these programs, you're definitely not chapter president of whatever clubs you're in or whatever involvements you have, but you're definitely doing some things that are pretty great. So getting to know what your leadership positions are and being able to articulate those is really important.